everyone with B'nai Vail. My name is Nathan and
my name is Abby. From Miami Beach, we wish you a Shabbat Shalom with peace and happiness.
From our home
to yours, Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, we're Julia, Matt, and Serena Kozesko. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Hi, I'm Ella. This is my brother Mark, my mom Jennifer, and my dad Jean-Michel.
And we're the Dre family from Vail, Colorado.
And we hope that everyone is doing well.
Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Hashalom, Hashalom Aleichem, Aleichem Hashalom, Hashalom Aleichem, Aleichem Hashalom, Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Hashalom. Yalla la 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 la. Yalla la 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 la. Yalla la 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 la. Yalla la 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 la. Shabbat shalom umevorach. 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 Shabbat umevorach. Shabbat shalom umevorach. Shabbat Shabbat is here. Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright, it's Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Come on up. Shabbat is here. Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright, it's Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Shabbat is here. Shabbat is here. Come on up. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright, it's Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Shabbat is here. Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright, it's Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Shabbat shalom to Rabbi. Shabbat shalom to Cantor. Shabbat shalom to everyone. Shabbat shalom to everyone. Really loud. Shabbat is here. Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright, it's Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here.
Thank
Little Torah, let me hold you tight. Teach me all your mitzvot so I can do them right. Torah teaches me and you. Torah, I love you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to our end of the year services. I want to thank all of you for your well wishes on healing and getting stronger every day. Our current book Chavurah selection is People Love Dead Jews by Dara Horn. It's a collection of stories from the past, and it's an amazing look at those Jews who have lived throughout the centuries and how we see them today. We'll meet by Zoom on January 20th, so watch the newsletter for details. Well, Cantor Michelle continues to do a magnificent job in preparing the virtual services, and we are planning to get back to the chapel for in-person services in January. I wish you health and safety in the new year. Shabbat Shalom.
May the Shabbat candles that we now light inspire us to see justly and gently, to look honestly and with kindness, and to see what's holy in each other.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shall Shabbat.
Thank you.
Just for today, I will live one day only, forgetting yesterday and tomorrow, and not trying to solve the whole problem of life at once.
Just for today, I will be unafraid of life and death, unafraid to enjoy the beautiful and be happy. People are as happy as they make up their minds to be.
Just for today, I will adjust myself to what is, and not try to adjust everything to suit me. If I cannot have what I like, I will try to like what I have.
Just for today, I will be agreeable, cheerful, charitable, do my best, praise people for what they can do, not criticize them for what they cannot do. And if I find fault, I will forgive it and forget it. I'll try not to improve nor regulate anybody except myself.
Just for today, I will have a plan. I may not follow it exactly, but I will have one. It will save me from worry, hurry, and indecision.
Just for today, I will get people off my nerves and not get on theirs. I will appreciate them for what they do and what they are.
Just for today, I will not show it if my feelings are hurt.
Just for today, I will find a little time for quiet, to relax, and to realize what life is and can be. Time to think about God and get a better perspective of myself.
Just for today, I will look at life with fresh eyes and discover the wonder of it. I will know that as I give to the world, so the world will give to me.
The prayer Lechu Nerananah comes from Psalm 95, and this psalm was composed by David. It's a song according to legend that has references to the time the Israelites wandered through the wilderness. As the cantor continues, Lechu Nerananah. We continue now with the singing of Shalom Aleichem, Peace Be Unto You. The poem was written by the Kabbalists, Jewish mystics of Tzfat in the late 16th century. According to the Talmud, the song signals the arrival of Shabbat.
As we welcome the angels of peace and join together, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Bye. this every week, Rabbi. It's amazing.
It's wonderful.
Arriving in Jerusalem, the pilgrims lifted their eyes to the mountains and cried out in unison, "From where does my help come?"
With a singular voice they answered, "My help comes from God, maker of heaven and earth."
This Shabbat, as we lift our eyes to the beauty of our mountains, we welcome the Shabbat with its embrace of peace.
We ask your blessings upon all of us
as we worship together.
We are grateful and appreciative for this moment of rest.
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 Your gift to us, called Shabbat, comes weekly to remind us to free ourselves from those things in life that hold us back.
Now
is the time to set aside petty arguments, to say to our family and friends, "I'm sorry," for things best forgotten.
May we never take for granted the beauty of our Rocky Mountains. Take a breath and pause as we lift our eyes and know that each Shabbat we are blessed with peace.
Psalm 92 is entitled a psalm or a song for the Sabbath day. It was first recited in the temple in Jerusalem on Shabbat. Jewish tradition says that it's a psalm of praise and thanksgiving. And according to a midrash, where the rabbis discuss matters that are not found in the Bible, Psalm 92 was said by Adam, who was created on the sixth day, on Friday, at the onset of Shabbat. Well, please join with Cantor Michelle, Tzadi Katan. A medieval rabbi, Leon Modena, explained the meaning behind the Baruch Hu prayer this way. He said, imagine a man in a boat who's pulling himself to shore. If one did not know better, it would appear that he's pulling the shore to himself. But indeed, it is the one in the boat who's being moved, because the shore is fixed.
So it is with prayer. When we recite the Baruch Hu, we think that when we pray, we're moving God closer to our will. But true prayer does quite the opposite. The Baruch Hu moves us closer to God as the cantor continues with our call to worship, the Baruch Hu.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach. HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We now continue with the most ancient and important prayer found within Judaism, as all of us join together in singing the Shema.
Mi Chamocha is a poem that was sung by the Israelites after their crossing the Red Sea in safety, and celebrates the destruction of the Egyptian army during the crossing, and looks forward to arriving in the Promised Land.
Many consider the prayer to be the oldest surviving text describing the Exodus from Egypt.
As the cantor continues, Mi Chamocha.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la ya la la. Yai la la la. Ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh feleh. Nora tehilot oseh feleh. Malchutecha ra'u v'anecha lokei hayam lifnei Moshe. Ze'elianu ve'amru. Ze'elianu ve'amru. Adonai lo le'olam va'ed. Adonai lo le'olam va'ed. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Ya lai la lai lai. Yai lai ya la lai. Yai la lai lai ya la lai lai lai.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. Lay us down, O Lord our God, in peace, and raise us up again to new life. Help us, O God, to lie down in peace, but teach us that peace means more than quiet. Remind us that if we're to be at peace at night, we must take heed with how we live by day. Rid us of resentments, hatreds, which rob us of the peace we crave. Liberate us from enslaving habits which disturb us and give us no rest. May we inflict no pain, bring no shame, seek no profit by another's loss. Haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'Yerushalayim. Spread over us your tabernacle of peace, that we may lie down in peace tonight and awaken tomorrow to a richer and fuller life.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Behamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Behamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzeiteinu uvoeinu lechaim ushalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Behamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Behamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
There are times when it's just only a few words that really make a difference in understanding what is Shabbat. When we think about it, Echad Ha'am, the great poet, author, wrote the words, "More than Israel has kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept Israel." When you think about that and you think all the people are trying to observe Shabbat, but has that held us together? I think for our community, it's more Shabbat has brought us together as a larger group. More than Israel has kept Shabbat, the Shabbat has kept Israel together, which is all of us. And that's why on our prayer page 36 at the bottom of the page, for Vishamru, it's the first time where we talk about in 6 days the Lord created the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day he rested. We join together, page 36.
Veshamru bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam berit olam. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam berit olam. Bein uvein bnei Yisrael Oti leolam, Oti leolam. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam berit olam. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam berit olam.
Are we going live?
We've been live.
The Birkat HaGomel prayer expresses gratitude for the miracle of healing and the full restoration of one's health, to family and friends, and indeed, full restoration to life itself. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hagomel lechayavim tovot, sheg gimalani kol tov. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who bestows kindness upon each of us and has bestowed goodness upon me. May God, who has bestowed kindness upon us, continue to bestow every goodness upon each of us forever. Well, there are those in our community who are in need of healing, body, mind, and spirit. We'll take a moment now as the cantor continues with the singing of Mishaberach. Eternal God, we turn to you seeking comfort, faith, and hope. Bless all of those who put themselves at risk to care for the sick. Send strength and courage to the doctors, the nurses, and support staff in the front lines of this battle. Bless the medical scientists and researchers with insight and skill, dedication and fortitude who are working day and night across the world to offer healing treatments and distribute the vaccine quickly. Bless the sacred work of their hands. May this plague pass from among us speedily. Help us, O God, to see that we are one world, one people. And bless especially all those who are in need of healing. Send us health, O God. Watch over us and hear our prayer. Amen. Be not afraid of silence. It is more powerful than the unpolished word. It allows God's voice to be heard. It allows tears and doubt to tumble out. Be there with quiet compassion that flows from the depths of your being through your eyes, your touch, your sighs into your very soul. Be not afraid of silence as the cantor continues, Adonai Svatai.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha.
May God, who makes peace in the high heavens, grant peace to us, to all humankind, as we join with the cantor in our prayer for peace. Let's take a moment now for thought and prayer. While a student in rabbinical school in London, one of the most treasured memories I have was when my professors would mix the ancient Greek philosophies with the commentators of the Bible and the rabbis of the Talmud. Who would think that Epictetus, the Greek Stoic philosopher of 135 AD, would provide a lesson that all of us could take into the new year? Now, I taught the ethical lessons of Stoicism at the Naval Academy, but it wasn't until I met a legendary hero of mine that I truly understood the meaning. One memorable moment of my naval career was meeting Admiral James Stockdale, where I was offering the prayer at the christening of a ship, and the Admiral was the guest of honor, the keynote speaker. Well, he told how on September 9th, 1965, during the Vietnam War, he was the most senior naval officer leading a torpedo squadron on a mission over North Vietnam. When his Skyhawk airplane was struck by enemy fire, completely disabled, Stockdale ejected. And as he parachuted down and realized he was shortly going to be a prisoner of war, he remembered thinking to himself that he would be stuck as a prisoner for at least 5 years. And he said, "I am entering the world of Epictetus." He went from being a Naval Academy graduate, a Navy pilot, a life of being a star, to being a prisoner. During his 7.5 years of being a prisoner of war, Stockdale described that what helped him make it out alive was his knowledge of Stoicism. He took strength from Epictetus, who gleaned wisdom rather than bitterness from his early first-hand exposure to extreme cruelty, the abuse of power, and being enslaved. Epictetus taught that there's no such thing as being the victim of another. You can only be the victim of yourself. It's all in how you discipline your mind. In the moments before Admiral Stockdale landed in enemy territory, when he surveyed the beautiful scenery around him and grasped
at those peaceful moments of happiness, as he floated in the sky, he said, after rejection, I had about 30 seconds to make my last statement in freedom before I landed in the main street of a little village right ahead. And so help me, I whispered to myself, there are things within my power and those which are beyond my power. It's up to me. Up to me are my opinions, my aims, my aversions, my own grief, my own joy, my attitude about what is going on, my own good, and of my own evil. Well, just like Epictetus from 2,000 years before, who states that it isn't what happens to us, it's how we frame what happens to us, Admiral Stockdale resolved to spend his time imprisoned focusing on controlling his response to things that are out of his control. This Stoic wisdom teaches us of the fragility of life and the importance of our response to situations we cannot control. Now, this wisdom is not new. Our rabbis taught us that when reading the book of Ecclesiastes, it was written 3rd century BCE, that one of the lessons of the book refers to the fleeting nature of life. You have perhaps heard the phrase utter futility. It's all futile. What real value is there for any of us? Nothing changes under the sun. Wow, what a depressing thought. The author of Ecclesiastes is telling us that life is pointless, utter futility, because we'll all eventually die. Now, I remember in class we argued the author's meaning of Ecclesiastes. Why work hard every day to be good when we'll all end up dead? Now, if this is truly the depressing message of Ecclesiastes, our rabbis wondered, why Ecclesiastes? Why even make this a part of our Hebrew Bible? Doesn't such negativity contradict a loving, hopeful message of the Torah? Over the years, I've studied the opinions of other commentators to see if I could find a more compelling interpretation. I thought that maybe the speaker is not suggesting that life is pointless, but rather that life is filled with uncertainty. And because we cannot capture each fleeting moment, we must live each moment to its fullest potential. Well, since life has taught many of us that we live in a world of impermanence and lack of control, and we are at the whim of things outside of our control, we must be prepared at a moment's notice to respond to what we cannot control. Now, Admiral Stockdale was asked about his coping strategies in the Vietnamese POW camp, and also which prisoners didn't make it out of Vietnam. Now, he replied, well, that's easy. The optimists. They were the ones who said, we're going to be out by Christmas, and Christmas would come and Christmas would go. Then they'd say, we're going to be out by Easter, and Easter would come and Easter would go. And then Thanksgiving, and then it would be Christmas again. And they died of a broken heart. Stockdale went on to say, this is a very important lesson. You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you can never afford to lose, with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they might be. Now, just like Admiral Stockdale in his last 30 seconds of freedom, as he parachuted into enemy territory, he knew that his time imprisoned would both feel like it would last forever and also would be impermanent. He had 30 seconds to decide how he would respond to what would be at least the next 5 years. And that's the lesson we can take with us. A message from the worlds of Greek philosophy and Talmud that many times in life we'll find that we have, well, around 30 seconds to decide how we want to respond. Do we respond with anger? Do we throw our hands up in frustration? Or do we take a deep breath and remind ourselves that this moment is fleeting? We may as well enjoy the light because we know that there will also be darkness. You see, it isn't what happens to us. It's how we frame what happens to us. We have considerable power over what we do when something happens to us. And it all begins with embracing the wisdom of Ecclesiastes and that of the Stoics, and recognize in this new year how fleeting life is, and choose to pursue wisdom. Amen. Those we have loved and lost are with us here today, as the sun can be seen above the mountains. When we gather together in the sparkle of the fallen snow, when the blossoms open on the trees, they are with us. When we marvel at the blueness of the skies and the golden color of the aspen trees, they're with us. It's our memories of being with them that keep them alive. For as long as we live and recall their stories, they live too. Our loved ones will always be a part of who we are, and they are with us. As we now continue with the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechal Beit Yisrael, b'gala v'zman kariv imramein. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'imramein. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imramein. Oseh shalom v'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imramein. As the sun sets on this Shabbat, I'd like to offer a closing prayer for all of you. Adonai oz li'amo yitain, Adonai avarech amo v'shalom. May the Lord grant strength unto his people, bless all peoples with peace, health, and happiness. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you for joining us this week. Please join us together with Cantor Michelle as we do Kiddush and Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
It's your breath. But the challah is still warm.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.